Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. We are on Great Plains for a clash of titans. We got Shake 2020 versus the one and only Kanisi, and the banter has already begun. Go back to Malta, says Shake. Oh, it would not be a Shake game without a little bit of the spiciness. Oh, this guy cracks me up every single time. Go back to Malta. Does Kanisi play a lot of Malta? I thought he was known for playing Aztec, which he is playing today in the bottom of the map in the color blue. Oh, he loses all of his games as Malta. Shake just says yes. Shake playing in the north of the map in the color red. Good, he says. As the Ottomans, or as I like to call them, the Bottomans, seeing as they are so easy to play. And going for the early trading post and the mosque and the house. What else would you expect? Meanwhile, Kanisi already gathering those nice early game treasures on Great Plains. 50 wood going into the bank. And Shake sending 3 Yoriks, not going with the standard kind of Karim capitalism play off of the bat, which I know is kind of a contested subject, whether you send 3 vills or the capitalism first. I don't care, because I don't play Ottomans, and that somehow makes me better. But Kanisi picking up 30 food as well. Of course, that tanky Aztec explorer. Not only is he great at collecting treasures, but he looks awesome. Look at that with his fire stick. Oh, dude, the cosmetics in this game, World's Edge really is sitting on a gold mine, and if they were smart enough to actually use it, they could make so much money off of continuing to make explorer skins. But c'est la vie. Picking up another 30 food there, and meanwhile, Shake not really doing much, just allowing the bottos to make villagers automatically, you dirty boy. And let's take a look at his deck here. Pretty standard stuff. 700 food. We could maybe see some early Jan play. That's what that usually indicates. But he does have a very fortress-heavy deck as well. No crazy stuff with the moss cards or little bombards, nothing stupid like that. But we probably will be seeing capitalism here coming in. That looks lovely. And going up with the quartermaster, as is obvious. And Kanisi is going to be a little bit behind on his age up, and yeah, this is the standard Kanisi deck. I don't know if I've ever seen him play a different Aztec deck. Maybe he has a bit of a variation when he does water maps, but besides that, I mean, the guy is going to Warrior Priest Boom most of the time. It is kind of his preferred play with Aztec is to go more eco-heavy, which is crazy because Kanisi used to be such a big wall enjoyer back on the vanilla days, or the ESOC days. This guy played a ton of Japan and played quite a bit of his Brit and ports, was known for his water play, and was known for just loving to make multiple layers of walls. So has definitely evolved as a player, but definitely not an aggressive player by nature, I would say. And he's going to be getting the scouting party, which I do like. It does allow you to kind of put down some early pressure, which as Aztec is what you're going to want to do, because you're going to want to be able to send 5 villagers, 700 wood, stuff like that. And so these Prowler Knights do kind of buy you the breathing room to do that. And look at that, 3 warrior priests coming in. Am I a prophet or what? Wow, look at me predicting the most predictable thing on the planet. Quartermaster coming in for Ottoman as well. And let's see what he sends as his first card. This is going to be a tell. It's the 5 Yoriks. Okay, so nothing hyper aggressive from Shake here, but we'll have to see what the first military buildings are and whether Kanisi scouts it. But it looks like he's going for a big treasure, 210 XP. Holy cats. That is amazing. And he gets a bandit rider out of the deal. Wow. Oh God, that treasure conversion ability is just so juicy. But we're going to be seeing double barracks here from Shake 2020, and they're both pretty defensive. I do like his building layout, especially versus all of the melee infantry you're going to be seeing from Aztec. Going to be very hard for early armies to kind of path themselves in here, but they are going to be taking out Karimli Evliya. But Bashy Bazook's now going to take out a couple of those Prowler Knights, and this is going to be fairly cost-effective for Shake 2020. It is going to cost him 300 resources, and 150 of that is coin, which is going to slow down probably what? No, okay, I was banking on the FF, but Shake is going to be going with double Jan play, just not the hyper-aggressive variety, which I do kind of like versus Aztecs. Getting his second herd of bison in now, he has a very safe coin mine, actually 2 safe coin mines here. Has been very defensive with his buildings as stated previously, and then we got the good old Bashy Bazook raid coming across the map. That Aztec Explorer could probably take them all out if I'm being very honest, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this person. Wait, is this a female? Is this a lady explorer? Oh, it is! Wow. Wow, the bonus points just went up. Let's see, what is Kanisi doing here? He sent 5 villagers after the 3 warrior priests, and I guess he's probably kind of waiting to see what Shake does here. It looks like he is going to try to make out with 700 wood, a little bit greedy. Maybe he cancels that once he sees these Janissaries coming for his base. Let's see, did Shake get out a full 10? He got out 9, so very, very close. But the Ottoman economy still fairly weak at this point, only 21 villagers. He does have the capitalism card, and he is going to get a villager kill. Very nice, but the warriors are immediately being spammed. Really nice micro from Kanisi, but another villager going down. And that is 2 vills for the cost of 1 Janissary. That is a bargain Shake will take any day of the week. 22 villagers for Kanisi and 22 for Shake. So evening the odds there. And he also was able to take the warrior priests off of what was probably the XP dance and making him go to the warrior dance, which is also kind of limiting him his economy. So he had the 1-2-3 punch of belling up vills, killing vills, and slowing down the community plaza. But the the war hut is now going down for Kanisi. And it looks like Shake's going to follow up with a stable. And I thought maybe this 700 coin was going to be used for a transition into age 3. Basically say, okay, I got my raid, now I'm going to FF. But it looks to me like he's actually going to be using this for deli and janissary production, because we look at his macro, all villagers on food except for 3. And so he's just going to be using that huge spike of coin to get out maybe a handful of delis, as well as continuing to spam out janissaries. Whoa, triple, baby. Nice kill there, but the warrior is going to continue to come out. These guys are so cost effective. And yeah, I mean, Kanisi can basically spam these for eternity as long as his warrior priests are active. And along with the TC fire, I don't know if this is the most cost effective for Shake, though he is belling up pretty much the entire food economy for Aztec, so still probably worthwhile. Kanisi, yeah, okay, this is exactly what he needs. 9 slingers now on the way. This is what he has been looking for. A couple of more coming out of the war hut, but not able to get a full batch because of his lack of food. And now we're seeing even more villagers go down, and it's Kanisi that's going for the age up with the Elder. And it does look like he is going to make it up okay, but man, he's going to be taking a lot of damage here, down to 19 villagers. But now that the 9 slingers are out, maybe he can punish, and this Aztec villager is going to work. Snared so many of those janissaries and allowed those warriors and that handful of slingers to get a lot of nice damage. And look at this, down to just 8 janissaries from his original stack. And now these slingers are going to continue to chase down. They are slightly faster than the janissaries, 4.5 versus just 4 here. And oh, the Prowler Knight, the hero Prowler Knight, getting the snare when we needed it most. And that's going to lead to Kanisi picking off another 3 or 4 janissaries here. But we do have delis now making their way across the map. Smart micro here by Shake, bringing them around this Cheyenne settlement. And he's going to catch all of these slingers now. And I don't see any sort of anti-cav coming out from Kanisi. So all these slingers are going to go down. Now, I mean, they did ward off the janissaries and get the Aztec economy going again. But wow, okay, another batch of delis coming out. So Shake is going pretty heavy on the pressure here. Yeah, he is not going up to age 3 yet, though it does look like he's finally gearing up for that transition. And I can't tell who won that fight. I mean, the Aztec villagers have been belled out for a long time, But at the same time, Kinesi is going to get his 8 villager shipment out. He killed most of the Janissaries, and these delis, they're not super cheap. They're 200 resources, 90 of that being coin. And the Ottoman economy is still only at 25 vils. He does have some market upgrades, but still not great. Looks like Kinesi did get both of these noble huts down in the middle, but one's definitely going to be going down. What is coming out from Kinesi? He's got more slingers, more warriors. Hopefully he can pick off some of these low HP deli. They are really the only threat to his slingers, and it doesn't look like Sheikh is making any more military for the time being. He's completely looking to macro into age 3. Okay. Explorer is back. What is Kinesi doing? I think Kinesi's just trying to get back out on the map, and once again, he's going to be harassed by this squad of delis. I think a lot of these guys are on low HP though, if we take a look. Yeah, okay, so like half of these guys are almost dead. Maybe the Explorer can hold them off. Maybe some warriors can do the job. Houses going down now. Yeah, Aztec economy is trying to rev itself back up. He is at 30 villagers at the moment. Bringing in his warrior priest to body block. This is going to be a good idea. 360 HP on these guys. And look at the delis going down to the warrior and TC fire along with the Explorer. Remember, this guy has 18 hand attack. He is no slouch in combat. And now we see 9 Prowler Knights coming out from Kinesi. But Sheikh going to be following up that with an age 3 of his own, going up with the Exiled Prince, continuing to make Janissaries. And if he pals that up with maybe some Falconets or some Abyss guns, it could start to look very ugly here for Kinesi. Definitely wants to get out his Entente and Slingers and get those guys upgraded. He's going to be making Eagle Runner Knights from his 1 remaining Noble Hut. And I think not having that second Noble Hut is really going to hurt him in the long run, not being able to double produce from there. Prowler Knights and the Eagle Runner Knights now coming out, and there they go. They're into the stealth mode. These guys, they can wreck an unprepared army. And remember, these Janissaries, they do not have the veterancy upgrade quite yet. It's just now being researched. 2 Falconets coming out, but they're going to get on the Janissaries clean, and they are going to start gobbling up these age 2 infantry. But there might just be a sheer mass of Janissaries too big for these Prowler Knights to handle, and they did get some okay value, but over, I'd say about 4 of them going down there, and one of them on really low health, as well as the Explorer, and that's going to be beautiful for Sheikh, picking up 100 XP there. That Aztec Explorer also buffs nearby units, so you want to kill that guy whenever you get the chance. But Kinesi's economy is doing well now, 33 versus 28, so he is going to be in the lead, thanks to that massive 8 villager card. And it looks like Kinesi also researched the age 3 war party as well. So he's going to have even more Prowler Knights on the field. And he even got 3 Arrow Knights out. Maybe these guys will be enough to deal with the Falconets. These guys attacking from the front. Their snare did get noticed and they are going to get fired on. But look at this. 4 or 5 sneaky Prowler Knights from the rear. They are going to take those cannons out, and there is nothing the veteran Janissaries can do about it. The Aztec army is still small, but the biggest immediate threat has been dealt with, and the Eagle Runner Knights might be able to kite a little bit. These guys have 6 speed. They are insanely fast, and these Prowler Knights are still very deadly, even to veteran Janissaries in smaller numbers. And 1 remaining deli now going to go down. More Eagle Runner Knights coming out, as well as elite Entente and Slinger, and this is what he needs. If he gets out a critical mass of Eagle Runner Knights and Entente and Slingers, that could be what gets Kinesi back into this game militarily. But now Sheikh, he's got to have some sort of shipment on the way. It's the 5 Spahi coming out, and this is going to be tough for Aztec to deal with unless he gets out a bigger mass of Eagle Runner Knights, or if Sheikh just mistakenly walks these guys into Prowler Knights. Yeah, those Spahi are going to be tough because they will just cut through any amount of warriors that he tries to make from the community plaza. They're going to cut right through elite slingers, so he definitely needs to be focusing on anti-cav. Now, the good news is he used the Spahi to siege down that noble hut, so now Kinesi knows what's coming, and he can make the appropriate response. Sheikh, meanwhile, continuing to spam out Janissaries from his 2 racks. His Eagle Runner Knights coming in from Kinesi, and we do see a mini raiding party in the north of the map. And these guys, oh my god, they have so many villagers here. But Prowler Knights don't actually do that well versus villagers. I've noticed, like, as raiding units, they're a little bit lackluster, but these three guys on your main food source is still going to be something you have to deal with. And look at that, they are now running away, and I guess they're doing decent damage, just not as much as you would think. But getting the wood upgrade to continue his unit spam of slingers, getting out even more Eagle Runner Knights. And this is, I mean, 11 Eagle Runner Knights, it's not that scary, but still enough for the Spahi to respect. And look at that, they went into stealth and then they came right back to the scene of the crime as the Spahi go, huh? And now they're on the Eagle Runner Knights, and this could be a beautiful catch here for Kinesi. If he puts these Prowler Knights onto the Spahi, he may be able to take out all of these Spahi very cost effectively here. Yes, the splash damage of the Spahi is going to kill those Prowler Knights quickly in small numbers, but he's going to lose 2 of the cav for that. And remember, these guys are not just a shipment, they are also a huge cost in food. And even some of the villagers coming from this northern hut are going to get taken out. I counted 2, but I think there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more. And where are the veteran Janissaries? They are approaching now, but they're too slow to keep up with this 6 speed of these Eagle Runner Knights. But now 6 Abyss Guns coming from the TC. This is exactly what what Sheikh needs. And now what Kinesi needs to do, he's going to lose these Eagle Runner Knights, but if he uses them to take out the remaining Spahi, I think that's still a really cost-effective trade. He picked off 4 villagers and those insanely powerful cav. So I think Kinesi actually made out really well in that engagement. He's now at 40 vills to just the 27 of Sheikh. Yeah, and this is what happens to the Ottoman economy. If you're not able to get up a 2nd and 3rd town center, it can really start to hurt. Now, he does have the capitalism card still. He does have market upgrades. But I mean, his 3 scariest shipments have all been sent. And besides the 6 Abyss Guns, they've all been dealt with pretty well by Kinesi. Now, granted, it did cost him 2 noble huts. But Aztec not in a bad spot, not down in this game by a long shot. The scores are dead even within 100 score of each other. And now they're both just trying to raid on the periphery as much as possible. This one Spahi can still be such a nuisance. I mean, it's still at 350 HP, but now with these Eagle Runner Knights coming in, they are going to be able to see that off. And we have another noble hut going down in the south of the map. And oh no, this poor Spahi going to walk right into the Aztec army. Hopefully Sheikh saw that and saw the large amount of slingers that Kinesi now has. He's even got some Prowler Knights for the snaring ability, but now here comes Sheikh. He wants to threaten this food economy, but these elite slingers in mass, they do well against these Janissaries, and there is not enough Abyss Guns to keep them honest. And here come the Prowler Knights. They want to get on the Abyss Guns, and if they do, it could be an absolute massacre. And look at them tanking damage from the front while the slingers continue to pour in fire with their insane fire rate. But I think there's just going to be enough sheer Ottoman tankiness here to ward off the Aztec army, and now the Aztec Explorer coming in to tank even more damage. 1250 HP on that lady. And wow, the Abyss Guns continuing to come out in numbers, and even just a handful of Abyss Guns, they can shift a fight in such a big way. I mean, he only had like what, 12 Abyss Guns there? And I mean, if they had not been there, those Janissaries would have just gotten obliterated. But the damage they do to the Prowler Knights is just insane. Coyote Runner's now coming out from Kinesi. I'm guessing that's just kind of a leftover shipment. What does he have left? Yeah, Kinesi doesn't have a lot for shipments left either. He does have the Slinger card, which I definitely think he needs to send. The Temple of Sentioto? I don't know. He's got 1,000 wood. He's got his infinite 900 coins. So, I mean, he's got decent cards, but yeah, Coyote Runners just, they don't feel great against what Ottoman is now bringing to the table. Ottoman does now have his 2nd town center up, which is going to make his economy quite a bit stronger. 47 villagers versus 30. Wow. Ottoman is at a 17 vill disadvantage, and the scores are still insanely close. Less than 2K, less than 1K now. So, I mean, yeah, this is just going to be an incredibly tough army for Aztec to break without overwhelming numbers. These veteran Abyss Guns, they are just insanely good. One might even say OP. But Kinesi doing what he needs to do. He's securing hunts, he continues to make villagers, and now getting a great raid with these coyotes. Although I think there's going to be enough veteran Janissaries to immediately deal with that. But I think the coyotes, they're just going to completely... No, okay, I thought they might just continue to sacrifice themselves on the villagers. But that was a nice little raid there, picking off a Vil. But now it's going to be Ottoman's turn to respond. This Noble Hut not going to last long against all of this Abyss gun fire, and pure Slinger is not going to work in this scenario. Sheikh continuing to pour out the Abyss guns, making just enough Janissaries to ward off the coyotes. Noble Hut going to be going down 9 villagers in there. Kinesi's got to try to sneak them out at some point. He's still got a 16 Vil lead, but against Ottoman, sometimes it doesn't really feel like it matters. More coyotes. Oh, and now the entire Aztec army is looking to get involved. He's going to sacrifice his villagers at the feet of his war hut, all for the sake of getting onto these Abyss guns, and he is going to successfully get a snare. Now the slingers and the warriors and the brought back Aztec Explorer at 1,250 HP. And look at this reinforcing badge of Prowler Knights coming in. Are they going to be able to get rid of the Janissaries fast enough to catch the Abyss guns? Bashi Bazooks coming from the second TC, but it's not going to matter. The Aztec army is going to obliterate what remains of the anti-cav, and now just a handful of coyotes to snare will end this mass of Abyss guns. And these guys, they are very hard to replace. 105 coin each. And so if we take a look, oh yeah, there's over 1,200 coin, probably. Yeah, there's over 1,200 coin of Abyss gun there that Sheikh cannot afford to lose at this point. His resource pool is looking very low, but he's now sending the 4 Mameluke card, and that could be the shift that he needs. Getting out a few more Janissaries, but the Ottoman economy, it's still looking very, very precarious. And if he doesn't stabilize soon, I mean, Kinesi's at 42 villagers now and going to age 4 as well, making double elite coyote runner. And I don't know if that's going to work against Mamelukes, but it is certainly going to give him a body block for his slingers. And if the Prowler Knights get mixed in, that could be a nice engagement for him. But age 4 with the warrior, still at a villager advantage, though a much smaller one, only up by 5 now. And guys, they're continuing to lick their wounds, get their armies back up to snuff. And with these 4 Mamluks at the head, the Ottoman army, not gonna lie, it's looking pretty terrifying. And I mean, he's back up to 16 Abyss guns. Only has a few Janissaries though, only 15 at this point. Gonna be taking out some Eagle Runner Knights that are up in the north raiding. Are they gonna get that Vil? Oh, I don't know. Oh man, but I don't want to miss the main engagement here. Kinesi has been so good with his Vil raids this game. All right, is age 4 gonna get in? Is Kinesi gonna get away with it? Sending coyotes to the north to raid, and I think what he's doing here is he's just trying to keep Sheikh distracted. He's even gonna, oh, pick off that Vil, no! Oh, she was at 5 HP. I would have risked it. I would have gone for that Vil, but I guess maybe that's what makes me a mid-elo player and Kinesi a pro. Lots more coyotes coming in. Kinesi now in the industrial age. And he could send 20 slingers here, though I don't know how good it would be against all of these Abyss guns and all of these Mamluks. Ooh, if he can isolate these Mamluks, that would be good. But now it looks like Kinesi is bringing everything in for a fight, but I don't like his chances against this Ottoman army. It is looking quite strong, and a lot of his villagers are pent up here. So if he cannot win this fight, oh man, these villagers, 7 villagers gonna get caught out in the open, but maybe he can draw enough of the Ottoman army away to take it in piecemeal. And here comes the champion coyote runners coming in. That's going to be an amazing upgrade, and it's going to put these guys up to snuff against veteran Janissaries in melee. And the Janissaries are going down, and they're going down quickly, and 20 Entente slingers are on the way, but the Mamluks, they might just be too much. But here come the champion Skull Knights, and these guys are insane in melee. Will they be enough to deal with the Mamluks? I'm not sure, but the Abyss guns in the back, they're still just being so disgusting. And 3 Mamelukes still alive after all of that. And that is going to be game. There's no way Kinesi can catch up at this point, and there's no way he is going to be able to kill this Abyss gun match. Sheikh, You dirty dog. Oh, this feels like cheating. It feels like cheating to have so many just insanely overpowered ranged units. But man, I don't know. Like, what does Kinesi even do at this point? He's continuing to get out champion Coyote runners, but I don't know. Like, he's at 39 vills to 42. He is in the industrial age. I guess that's worth something. The scores are still really close. I don't know. Maybe he pulls it off. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the comeback that we've all been hoping for against the dreaded Bottoman. Shake is now pop capped. His resources are looking quite low. He did just get a third TC up, which is an investment that needs time to pay off. But it looks like Shake is going to be going for the throat here, and there's just not enough deterrent for the Abyss guns. He's up to 27 of them. That is an almost unkillable mass. These Mamluks still almost at half HP. These guys have 40% range resist. Oh, man. Good night, sweet Kinesi. Oh, I can't watch. I can't watch. Kinesi's going to call it there. Oh, Shake. Shake, how could you fall into the dark side of the Bottoman? Oh, man. When I don't play a lot, I'm so trash. You see, now, Kinesi, I would disagree with that, man. I think if you can come back after a long break and still be better than 95% of the player base, I think trash is not a good word to describe you, but that was such a good game. Wow, a 26-minute barn burner between the second and arguably the third best Civ in the game. Because I think we can all agree that, I mean, Brit is #1 right now. I'm definitely part of that camp. I would put Aztec firmly in #2, and I'd put Ottoman in #3. But I know a lot of people would disagree with me on that. They'd throw United States or Germany into there. I don't see it, but hey, have whatever opinion you want. Tell me how wrong I am in the comments below if you really want to. But guys, I hope you enjoyed that game. I'll be back with another one next week. And until then, have a great day. Have a great life. See you later.